Hi, Katie here today with Quick Quotes. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite ways to add a little bit of color and texture to a layout or a card. I am working with Quick Quotes' new stowaway line. It's a fabulous line of papers and stickers that are great for vacations, the beach, some really great quotes on here you can have fun with, layer with, cards, layouts, projects to hang on your wall, anything you can think of. So today this is what I'm using for my layout. And to add a little bit of color, I'm going to be using the Powder Puff Chalking Ink by Quick Quotes. The color we're using is called Mocha Mama. It's a fabulous chocolatey brown color, adds a nice textured, soft look, but yet you can catch it with your eye. So I started with this fabulous layout. Two cute kids at the lake. They're my friends' children. I take pictures of them every year. And I wanted to do this layout of them, one that could be either hung up on the wall or put in a book. And once I put it all together, I realized I needed a little more brown, a little more pop to come in here. And I didn't want to add any more of the brown polka dotted paper. So what I'm going to show you today is how I add a little bit of texture and ink to this soft minty blue colored paper to lay underneath my picture to mat it. So for that, we're going to be using a piece of, I took this from the 6x6 paper pad from the Stowaway line. It's a complementary color to all of the papers that are in the Stowaway line. I'm going to be using the Powder Puff Chalking Ink, the Mocha Mama that I showed you just a minute ago. And we're going to be embossing this. So I'm pulling out my Big Shot in an embossing folder. So this is my Big Shot. It's very loved and used in my house. And I'm going to set this up quickly. I want to set my stuff up so that I can do this rather quickly because the ink will dry as you're trying to process this. So you have to move rather fast. So the embossing folder I'm using today is by Craft Concepts. It has a lovely brocade design on it, and you can see I've already tested it out in the brown. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be taking our Powder Puff Chalking Ink, and I'm going to start off by swiping. And now I'm going to just dab it really quick. I want to have some wet ink on here. We're not going to get all of the image. It's going to embed onto our paper and add just a bit of brown, which will be fabulous. Now you want to move fast, so we're putting the paper down quickly, trying to keep it straight and closing that up. And we're going to run this through the Big Shot. And again, we want to move rather fast. Slide that all the way through. And what you'll see when you come out is just a little bit of brown in the embossed areas, which is great. That's just what we want. We wanted a little pop of color. So when I pull that out, look at how fantastic that looks. Adds texture, adds color. That brown and mint look fabulous together. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Now don't forget to clean off your embossing folder. That powdered ink will wipe right off nicely. So I want to add a little bit more to this. And what's nice about these papers from the Stowaway line is they have a white core. And the white core makes it easily sanded. So I wanted to just sand this a little bit to add a little white. And it will match up. You see the white just coming through a little bit. We don't want it all. We don't want to sand it too hard. If we sand it too hard, then we'll lose our embossing. So I'm just going around and sanding it to add that little bit of white pop through. Oh, I love this. And I'm going to now take my little dust buddy and wipe it off because we don't want the dust on our layout. Wipe this all down. And I'm going to trim up this piece of paper so we don't have that little tail. And I'm going to finish my layout. And you can see what a great pop of color and texture this adds to the layout. It's just what it needs. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to I'm just kind of distressing the edges a little bit with my sander. There we go. Oh, I like that. Don't want to tear the paper up too much, but just enough. It'll come off where we embossed it a little bit. There we go. So now I'm going to finish this up and see how nice this comes out. So we're going to layer this right here underneath the picture. So we're going to really mat it and see what a nice color and texture that's added. So we'll finish this right up. I'm using Helmar craft glue to finish up my layout. Oh yes, see what nice color and texture that's added. And I'm going to stick my picture down. I'm going to finish this up by adding our last layer. So, life is a journey, that comes right from the stowaway line. The chipboard stickers. There we go. And I'm going to add my doilies. Now, if you look at the doilies, I also use some of that Mocha Mama on the doilies. Just putting these down on one right here. Ooh. Swipe that right off the screen. And another one down here. So there you have it. We added some nice color and texture to our layout without adding more paper by using the mint paper from the stowaway line and the Mocha Mama powder puff ink. And you now know a new way to use the paper and ink that you get. There you go. Thank you very much for joining me today. Have a nice day.